If you're considering migrating, your options just got wider. This country has introduced 3 new pathways to permanent residency in the country. And it's in a very good country, a country with high quality of life, good health care. The citizens are welcoming to foreigners. It's a place you really love to live. So I'm going to be giving you all the information you need about these visas. I'm going to be telling you what the 3 visas are, who can apply, the requirements, the documents needed, if you can go with family, and everything you need to know about it. So if you're interested in this information, do watch this video to the end. If you're seeing my video for the first time, my name is Jackie, and you're welcome to my channel where I share information that will help you relocate abroad to work, to study, and to live. On my channel, I have videos on how you can relocate to many countries, to Australia, to Luxembourg, to Portugal, to the Netherlands, to the UK. So do check out other videos to know your options. So the country I'll be talking about in this video is New Zealand. The New Zealand government has introduced 3 new pathways to residency in the country. They introduced 3 visas at once, and these visas are the straight to residence pathway, the work to residence pathway, and the highly paid pathway. Let me tell you a little bit about New Zealand and why it is worth considering. New Zealand is an island country in the southwestern Pacific Ocean. It consists of 2 main land masses, the North Island and the South Island, with over 700 smaller islands. New Zealand is about 2,000 kilometers east of Australia. New Zealand's capital city is Wellington, and its most populous city is Auckland. The currency used in the country is the New Zealand dollar, and the population is estimated at about 5 million people as at 2022. The official languages in New Zealand are English, Maori, and the New Zealand Sign Language. So let me tell you some benefits of living in New Zealand. Number 1 is that you enjoy amazing weather all year round. The country benefits from a temperate and mild climate all year, meaning that there are more days of sunshine than rain. During the winter months, the North Island stays warm and sunny, while the South Island can be covered in snow. Nature lovers will enjoy the endless outdoor activities the country has to offer, regardless of the season. Skiing down a mountain in the morning and surfing in the afternoon is definitely possible in New Zealand. Number 2 is untouched nature. Have you watched The Lord of the Rings and Hobbit? Those 2 movies were shot in New Zealand, so the scenery in the country is beautiful. There are still so many untouched places, even just a few kilometers outside of big cities. You will feel like an explorer. For a small country, New Zealand has one of the most diverse landscapes in the world. You will find untouched beaches, rainforests, deserts, and mountains. It's a very beautiful place for lovers of nature. Number 3 is that the people in New Zealand enjoy a quiet life and an excellent work-life balance. Life in New Zealand is quiet and relaxed. Big cities are not overcrowded, and if you live in the countryside, your neighbor's home might be kilometers away from you. The fact that there are not many people you might cross paths with on your daily work is not the main reason life is quiet and laid back. A healthy balance between work and play is encouraged, and working overtime is a rarity in New Zealand. And this does not mean in any way that New Zealanders are lazy or unsuccessful. It's just that they love a healthy and balanced lifestyle. And the next benefit is that New Zealanders are friendly and welcoming people. If you want to migrate to a place where you feel right at home, New Zealand should be on your list. The people are generally friendly with a laid-back and positive attitude towards life. Compared to European countries, New Zealand is still a very young country. They are open-minded, friendly, and welcoming to other nationalities and cultures. The next benefit is that there's very little difference between permanent residency and citizenship. A permanent resident has access to most of the things that the citizen has. For example, a permanent resident can vote, leave and re-enter the country at any time, and has access to stable subsidized healthcare and education. And the next benefit is work opportunities. There are a lot of work opportunities for expats in New Zealand. Due to the fast-growing economy and the low population density, the economic market is experiencing a shortage of skilled workers in many fields, such as IT, finance, healthcare, and tourism. And because of this shortage, the government of New Zealand has opened up its borders to accept skilled workers into the country. New Zealand has relaxed the immigration rules to welcome more entrepreneurs, innovative businesses, and workers to the country. And the next benefit that is very important is accessible healthcare. In New Zealand, everyone is entitled to government-subsidized healthcare regardless of their residency status. Even non-residents with a temporary visa have access to the country's excellent medical healthcare, although they sometimes have to pay extra fees for it. But in general, the healthcare is really good and accessible to everybody in the country. And another benefit of living in New Zealand is the top-notch education. The public education system in New Zealand is known for being one of the best worldwide. It is also free of charge, except for uniforms, books, and meals. Some schools also require individual annual donation fees. And the last point I'm going to be sharing, which is very important, is the low crime rate in New Zealand. New Zealand is one of the safest places to live in the world. It ranks number 2 on the Global Peace Index, which means that if you're not living in Iceland, then New Zealand is safer than where you are. The crime rate is really low, and corruption and political scandals are minor compared to other countries. You can see how good it is to live in New Zealand. Now let me talk about the 3 visas that have recently been introduced. The first one is the straight to resident pathway, and this is for applicants whose occupations are on the green list, and this is like the shortage occupation list in New Zealand. And the second one is the work to residence pathway for remaining green list nominated occupations. And the third one is the highly paid pathway. It's for those whose roles earn over 200% of the median wage. So the government introduced these 3 new visas to allow foreign nationals to live and work in New Zealand indefinitely under the newly launched Accredited Employer Work Visa Program, which is AEWV. The general requirements for the 3 visas is that the applicants must be under the age of 55, they must meet the English requirements, have good health and character, and also hold an employment offer from an accredited employer in New Zealand. To apply for any of these 3 visas, you need to have a job offer. So I'm going to be doing a video about where to find jobs in New Zealand. I'm also going to be telling you which occupations are in demand in the country as well. So you need to look out for that video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified when I post this video. So let me take them one after the other. For the straight to residence visa, to be eligible for this residence visa, you must be employable by or hold a job offer from an accredited employer. Your role must be under tier 1 of the green list. You must meet the specified requirements on the list for your role. Your role must be a full-time role, at least 30 hours a week. It must be genuine and permanent, or at least a 12-month fixed contract. To be eligible under the straight to residence pathway as a contractor, you must meet these requirements. Your contract or contracts for services total at least 6 months. Shorter contracts must be consecutive without any breaks between them. If your role has a wage threshold as a skill requirement, as set out under the tier 1 and green list, you will need 10 years relevant experience and also meet the higher wage threshold. This is set at 50% more than the wage threshold for applicants with permanent or fixed term employment. Roles with a wage threshold as the skill requirements include Chief Information Officer, ICT Project Manager, ICT Managers not elsewhere classified, Software Engineers, ICT Security Specialists, and Multimedia Specialists. You can apply for this visa from the 5th of September of 2022. You're free to go to New Zealand before the 5th of September to look for work and apply for this visa from within the country, or you can just wait and apply for the visa from outside the country. So let's look at the work to residence visa. To be eligible for this residence visa, you must be employed in a role under tier 2 of the green list or hold an offer of employment for one. You must meet the specified requirements on the list for the role. You must have worked for 24 months in New Zealand in the role under the tier 2 of the green list. Your employer must be accredited when you apply for the visa. And the employment criteria for this is that the employment or offer of employment must be full-time, at least 30 hours a week. It must be genuine and permanent, or be at least 12 months fixed-term contracts. So what is acceptable work in New Zealand? Acceptable work in New Zealand can be counted towards a work to resident visa while you hold or held an accredited employer work visa, AEWV, another work visa, or a critical purpose visitor visa with work conditions that was held or applied before the 4th of July 2022. Acceptable work in New Zealand can be counted from 29 September 2021. There can be small breaks in your employment, but you must still show you worked for the required 24 months within the 30-month period before your visa application date. So let's look at the highly paid residence visa. To be eligible for this visa, you must have employment or an offer of employment in a role that is paid at least twice the median wage, which is currently 55 New Zealand dollars an hour. And you must have been working for 24 months in New Zealand in a role that is paid at least twice the median wage. And your employer must be accredited when you apply for this visa. So what is the application fees for these visas? The application fee and immigration levy will be between 4,020 New Zealand dollars and 4,890 New Zealand dollars, depending on whether you're applying from within New Zealand or another part of the world. Let me show you details of some of the requirements, starting with the English requirement. The applicant, the partner, and children that are 16 years and over must all speak and understand English. Most of the time, we'll ask you to show this in your application with English language test results. It's not all applicants that require the English language test. If you're a citizen of the United Kingdom, the United States, Canada and Australia, you do not need the English language test. And also, if you've spent at least 5 years working or studying in these countries, you also don't need to show the English language test. The English language tests that are acceptable are IELTS, TOEFL, and PTE academic. So for the good health requirements, they are going to be needing medical examinations. If you're applying for this visa, you may need to have a chest x-ray or a medical examination as proof of your good health. The application form you complete will tell you if you need to provide a chest x-ray or medical examination. And for good character, you'll be required to show criminal history. So remember, you can start applying for these visas from September. The straight to resident visa is going to be open on the 5th of September. The work to resident visa and the highly paid visa would both be open on the 29th of September. So you can use this time to prepare to meet the requirements and also look for jobs in New Zealand. I'm going to be doing a video about where to find jobs in New Zealand. I'm going to be showing you jobs that are open that you can apply to immediately. So do watch out for that video. If you found this information useful, please give it a like and share it to other people so they can take advantage of this amazing opportunity. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. I really appreciate it. See you in the next video.